The message came on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. Every screen on Earth, from smartphones to billboards, flickered to life simultaneously. The image that appeared made the world stand still. A tall, gray-skinned being with 4 eyes and metallic armor stood against a backdrop of stars. "People of Earth," the alien spoke in perfect English, its voice translated across all languages globally. "We are the Dominion, and we have watched your primitive species long enough. Your technology is basic. Your weapons are toys. Your ships barely leave your atmosphere. You are not worthy of the space you occupy." In Times Square, New York, thousands stood frozen, heads tilted up at the massive screens. In Beijing, millions stopped their daily routines to stare at their phones. In Moscow, people gathered in the streets, watching the message play out on every available display. The alien continued, its multiple eyes blinking in what seemed like amusement. "We are giving you what none before have received. A chance to prove yourselves. 1 month. Prepare for war, show us your strength, or submit to becoming our servants. The choice is yours, but remember, we have conquered 32 civilizations more advanced than yours." The transmission ended as abruptly as it had begun. For 3 minutes, the world remained silent. Then chaos erupted. In the depths of the Rocky Mountains, behind blast doors and security systems unknown to the public, Commander James Stone watched the message replay on a secure monitor. His weathered face showed no fear. Only a hint of a smile played at the corners of his mouth. "Sir," his aide said, standing at attention, "the President has called an emergency meeting. All defense leaders are gathering at Site Zero." Stone nodded, straightening his uniform. "How long until the quantum transport is ready?" 5 minutes, sir." As Stone walked through the underground base, he passed rows of advanced weapons and vehicles that would make any civilian scientist's jaw drop. The public knew nothing of these halls, nothing of the real progress humanity had made. For 50 years, Earth had kept its true capabilities hidden, preparing for this very day. 6 hours later, Stone sat at a round table deep beneath the Swiss Alps. Around him sat the leaders of Earth's combined military forces, Russian, American, Chinese, European, and more. Above them, on a massive screen, the world's political leaders waited for answers. "Ladies and gentlemen," Stone began, his voice steady and confident. "For half a century, we've prepared for this moment. The Dominion thinks we're primitive because that's exactly what we wanted them to think. Operation Ghost Shield is ready. Our fleet stands prepared. The only question is, do we have unanimous agreement to proceed?" The Chinese General Li spoke first. "My government agrees. The deception has worked perfectly. They expect spears. We'll show them lightning." "Russia stands ready," added General Petrov. "Our orbital platforms are armed and masked. They see nothing but weather satellites." One by one, each nation agreed. The plan they had worked on for decades would finally be put into action. The American president spoke from the screen above. "Commander Stone, you've led the Earth Defense Force since its creation. The Joint Chiefs have recommended you to lead this operation. Do you accept?" Stone stood, his tall frame casting a shadow across the table. 20 years ago, we detected their first scout ships. Instead of panic, we chose preparation. Instead of revealing our hand, we played the part they expected. They think they're giving us a month to scramble and arm ourselves. He smiled, but there was steel in his eyes. "I accept the command, and I suggest we show them exactly how primitive we are." As the meeting concluded, Stone looked at the tactical display showing Earth's hidden defenses. Thousands of stealth satellites, hundreds of advanced warships hiding in plain sight, and weapon systems that would make the Dominion's technology look ancient. The aliens had demanded war, expecting to face a primitive species armed with basic rockets and simple weapons. Instead, they would face a united Earth that had spent half a century preparing for this exact moment. They wanted war. Humanity would give them one they'd never forget. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Commander Stone stood in Earth's largest hidden facility. The massive underground chamber stretched for miles, filled with rows of advanced spacecraft that had never seen the light of day. Blue lights reflected off their black, stealth-coated hulls. "Beautiful, aren't they?" asked Admiral Wilson, an older man with gray hair who had helped design these ships. 50 years of secret work, and they're finally going to fly. Stone walked along the closest vessel, touching its smooth surface. "Tell me again about the Ghost Fleet's capabilities. The Dominion needs to understand exactly what they've awakened." Wilson pressed a button on his tablet, and holograms appeared around them, showing the ship's internal systems. "Each ship carries our best tech. Stealth systems that bend light and radar around the hull. Quantum engines that leave no heat trail. Weapons that can pierce any known shield." Above them, massive ceiling panels began to slide open, revealing the ocean's dark waters. Through special channels, these ships would soon rise to the surface, completely hidden from the aliens' watching eyes. "And the best part," Wilson smiled, "it all started with that crashed ship we found in Antarctica in 1974. Reverse engineering their old tech taught us everything we needed to know." In orbit, hidden behind sophisticated cloaking fields, Earth's satellite network was far more extensive than any alien scan had detected. What looked like simple communication satellites were actually weapon platforms, shield generators, and sensor arrays. Lieutenant Reed, monitoring the orbital defense grid, watched as another Dominion scout ship passed by. Their scans showed exactly what humanity wanted them to see: a primitive planet with basic space capabilities. The lieutenant smiled, remembering how many times they tested these deception systems against the aliens' technology. Back on the surface, in the Nevada desert, what appeared to be empty land suddenly shimmered. A massive door opened in the ground, revealing rows of advanced tanks and mechs. These weren't the simple vehicles that paraded in military shows. These were weapons designed to fight alien armies. Colonel Martinez inspected the gathered forces. "All units report ready," she said into her comm device. "The ground forces are armed and prepared. Our soldiers have trained their entire lives for this." These soldiers were more than they appeared to. Decades of secret genetic engineering had made them stronger, faster, and more resilient than any normal human. Their armor contained technology that would seem impossible to most of the world's population. In a secure room beneath London, scientists monitored the global defense grid. Dr. Thompson, lead researcher of the AI development program, checked the final diagnostics of Earth's secret weapon, a quantum AI system far more advanced than anything the Dominion possessed. "System is green," she reported to Commander Stone via secure channel. "Our AI can predict their tactical moves before they make them. We've had 50 years to study their battle patterns from old conflicts. They don't stand a chance." Stone gathered Earth's military leaders for one final briefing before the deadline. The underground command center hummed with activity as final preparations were made. "The Dominion thinks they're being generous, giving us a month to prepare," Stone addressed the room. "They expect to find us scrambling to mount a basic defense. Instead, they'll face technology that matches or exceeds their own." He brought up a holographic display showing Earth's true military might. "Our ships are faster, our weapons are stronger, and our soldiers are better trained. We've had half a century to prepare while they've grown comfortable and arrogant." The room fell silent as Stone moved to the center of the display. "In 24 hours, they'll return expecting to find a primitive species cowering in fear. Instead, they'll face the full might of a unified Earth. Every nation, every military, working as one." He looked at each leader in turn. The Dominion wanted war. They're about to learn why humanity has survived every challenge it's ever faced. "We don't just fight. We win." As the meeting ended, the first ships of the Ghost Fleet began their silent rise to the surface. Around the world, hidden bases activated, and soldiers moved into position. The greatest military deception in human history was about to be revealed, and the Dominion had no idea what was coming. The Dominion ships appeared suddenly, blinking into existence above Earth's major cities. Their massive vessels cast dark shadows over New York, London, Beijing, and Moscow. Exactly 1 month had passed since their challenge, and they had returned to claim their prize. In the command center, Commander Stone watched calmly as red dots appeared on the global display. "How many ships?" he asked. 300 vessels, sir," Lieutenant Reed reported. "They're positioning themselves for a show of force. Their weapons are charging." Stone nodded slowly. "Right on schedule. Let them make the first move." The alien commander's face appeared on screens worldwide again. "Your time is up, humans. We see no significant military buildup, no space fleet, no planetary defenses. Submit now, and we will be merciful." Stone pressed a button on his command console. "This is Commander Stone of the Earth Defense Force. On behalf of humanity, I have a simple response. No." The alien commander's 4 eyes blinked in surprise at the defiance. "Then you choose extinction." He raised his hand, giving the signal to fire. The Dominion ships lit up, releasing a barrage of energy weapons toward Earth's cities. The aliens watched confidently, expecting to see destruction and panic. Instead, their weapons splashed harmlessly against an invisible barrier. "Impossible!" the alien commander shouted. Their technology level cooled. "Ghost Fleet, execute Operation Thunderstrike," Stone ordered calmly. Suddenly, the ocean's surface broke as massive black ships rose into the air. The sky seemed to ripple as hundreds of orbital platforms dropped their cloaking fields. Earth's hidden fleet decloaked behind the Dominion ships, catching them in a perfect crossfire. "All ships, weapons free," Stone commanded. "Show them what humanity can do." Earth's vessels opened fire. Advanced plasma weapons and quantum torpedoes tore through the surprised Dominion fleet. Their shields, calibrated for primitive weapons, offered little protection against humanity's advanced technology. "Sir, their flagship is attempting to coordinate a counterattack," Reed reported. "Activate the AI defense grid," Stone ordered. Dr. Thompson's quantum AI systems came online, predicting and countering every Dominion move before they made it. When they tried to regroup, Earth's ships were already there. When they attempted to retreat, they found their quantum drives wouldn't activate. In orbit above New York, a Dominion cruiser exploded as 3 Ghost Fleet vessels emerged from stealth to attack. Over Beijing, Earth's orbital platforms disabled 2 alien ships with precise electromagnetic pulses. The London sky lit up as the Dominion discovered that humanity's weapons could pierce their strongest shields. The alien commander's face appeared again, this time showing fear. "How? You were primitive. We watched you. You saw what we wanted you to see," Stone replied. 50 years of preparation. Did you really think humanity would be defenseless?" Another Dominion ship exploded as human fighters demonstrated their superior maneuverability. The aliens had expected simple jet aircraft. Instead, they faced spacecraft that could outrun and outfight their best ships. "Sir, they're trying to retreat," Reed announced. 3 of their capital ships are already destroyed. Stone watched as the Dominion fleet scattered, their perfect formation broken. "Disable their remaining capital ships. Let the smaller vessels retreat. Let them tell others what happened here." Earth's forces moved with precision, disabling key Dominion vessels while allowing others to escape. In less than an hour, the mighty alien fleet had been decimated. The ships that fled carried with them the message. Humanity was not to be underestimated. In the command center, Stone looked at the battle damage report. Not a single human life had been lost. The planetary shield had held perfectly, and the Ghost Fleet had performed beyond expectations. "Send word to all Earth forces," Stone ordered. "Phase 1 is complete. Prepare for Phase 2. We take the fight to them." As the sun set over Earth's cities, citizens emerged to see disabled alien ships being towed away by advanced human vessels. The Dominion had expected to find a primitive species ready for conquest. Instead, they had awakened a sleeping giant, and their war had only just begun. 1 week after Earth's devastating counterattack, Commander Stone stood on the bridge of the Ghost Fleet's flagship, Nemesis. Through the main viewport, he watched Earth grow smaller as his fleet moved into deep space. The hunt had begun. "Target located, sir," Lieutenant Reed announced from her station. Dominion supply convoy, heading toward their main base in the Kuiper Belt. 6 cargo ships, 2 escort vessels. Stone studied the tactical display. The aliens still hadn't realized how advanced human scanning technology was. They thought their ships were invisible to Earth's sensors. They were wrong. "All ships, stealth mode," Stone ordered. The human fleet vanished from both sight and sensors, their quantum cloaking systems making them truly invisible. "Execute Operation Shadowfall." 3 Ghost Fleet ships silently approached the Dominion convoy. The aliens, still confident in their supposed technological superiority, never saw them coming. The first they knew of the attack was when their escort ships suddenly exploded. "Cargo ships disabled," Reed reported. "Their distress calls aren't getting through. Our quantum jammers are working perfectly." Stone nodded. "Send in the boarding teams." In the cold vacuum of space, black armored figures emerged from the Ghost Fleet ships. These weren't ordinary space marines. They were the best Earth had to offer, enhanced with genetic modifications and equipped with advanced powered armor. Inside the lead cargo ship, Dominion crew members panicked as hull breaches were reported across multiple decks. They had never seen boarding tactics like this before. The humans seemed to pass through solid walls, their armor letting them phase through metal like ghosts. Team 1 reporting. A voice crackled over the command channel. "Cargo secured." "Sir, you need to see this. They're transporting weapon parts, enough to arm 3 fleets." Stone's expression hardened. They were planning a larger invasion. "Upload their navigation data. We need to find every supply base." The human soldiers moved efficiently through the alien ships, subduing resistance with non-lethal weapons. Earth wanted prisoners, wanted information. Each captured alien was a source of intelligence about Dominion operations. Back on the Nemesis, Dr. Thompson's AI systems began processing the captured data. "Commander," she called over the comm, "we've identified 12 major supply routes. The Dominion's entire logistics network is exposed. Send the coordinates to all Ghost Fleet vessels," Stone ordered. "Admiral Wilson, deploy the fleet in teams of 3. I want every supply line cut within 48 hours. Throughout the solar system, the hunt continued. The Dominion's mighty empire had never faced an enemy like this, one that could strike anywhere, anytime, without warning. Their ships disappeared without trace. Their bases went dark. Their supplies never reached their destinations. On a captured Dominion ship, human technicians discovered something interesting. "Sir," one reported to Stone, "their AI systems are basic compared to ours. They rely on brute force computing. Our quantum AI can run circles around them." Stone allowed himself a small smile. "Upload our virus. Let's show them what real electronic warfare looks like." Across Dominion communication channels, their computer systems began to fail. Navigation systems showed wrong coordinates. Communication arrays broadcast static. Even their advanced weapons couldn't lock onto targets properly. In their main base, the Dominion leaders gathered in emergency session. The humans weren't just fighting back. They were systematically dismantling the alien empire's entire military infrastructure. "Status report," Stone demanded, watching more red dots vanish from his tactical display. 8 supply lines cut," Reed answered. 4 remaining. Dominion forces are in full retreat across the system. They're falling back to their core territories. Stone studied the battle map. Earth's forces had pushed far beyond their solar system, striking deep into Dominion space. The aliens had started this war expecting an easy victory over a primitive species. Instead, they found themselves running from an enemy they couldn't see, couldn't fight, and couldn't stop. "Send word to Earth Command," Stone ordered. "Phase 2 is nearly complete. Prepare for Phase 3. We're taking the fight to their home systems. The hunt would continue, and humanity was just getting started. The Dominion's Grand Council chamber erupted in chaos. Their supreme leader, tall even for their species, slammed his fist on the table. "How is this possible?" he roared. They were nothing. Primitive beings who barely reached their moon. A military advisor trembled as he delivered more bad news. "Supreme Leader, we've lost contact with our primary fleet base. The humans, they're everywhere and nowhere. Our sensors can't track them." In deep space, Commander Stone watched as the Ghost Fleet surrounded the Dominion's largest military installation. The massive space station hung against the backdrop of stars, its defenses pointing outward, in the wrong direction. "All ships in position," Lieutenant Reed reported. "The enemy still hasn't detected us. Their reinforcement fleet is 3 hours away." Stone nodded. "Begin the attack. Let's finish this before their help arrives." The Ghost Fleet decloaked simultaneously, appearing like phantoms around the station. The Dominion sensors hadn't improved. They still couldn't detect Earth's ships until they chose to be seen. "Sir, they're trying to send a distress signal," Reed announced. "Let them," Stone replied. "Dr. Thompson, is our surprise ready?" In her lab on the Nemesis, Dr. Thompson smiled. "Quantum virus uploaded. The moment they transmit, every Dominion communication system within 50 light-years will crash." The station's commanders frantically sent their call for help. Instantly, their communications array exploded in a shower of sparks. Across Dominion space, their quantum networks collapsed, leaving their forces blind and confused. "All ships, execute attack pattern Delta," Stone ordered. "Marines, prepare for boarding." The Ghost Fleet's weapons opened up, but they weren't aiming to destroy. Precise strikes disabled the station's weapons, shields, and engines. Within minutes, the mighty fortress was helpless. Earth's Marines phased through the station's hull using their advanced armor. Inside, they met scattered resistance. The Dominion soldiers, used to being the strongest, found themselves outmatched by enhanced humans in powered armor. "Central control secured," the Marine commander reported. "You won't believe what we found, sir. Their leadership, their entire war council, is here." Stone's eyes narrowed. "Hold them there. I'm coming aboard." The Nemesis docked with the station. Stone walked through the captured halls, passing disabled alien defense turrets and subdued Dominion soldiers. In the command center, he found the alien leaders held at gunpoint by Earth's Marines. "Impossible," the Dominion's supreme leader spat. "Your species, you are watching our old broadcasts, learning our weaknesses, playing weak." "We learned from history," Stone replied. "Every empire that announced itself to the galaxy was eventually challenged. So we chose to wait, to watch, to prepare. You never saw our real technology because we didn't want you to." Alerts flashed across the tactical displays. The Dominion reinforcement fleet had arrived early. 30 capital ships dropped out of quantum space, weapons charge. "Ah," the supreme leader smiled. "Now you'll see real power." Stone didn't look worried. "Lieutenant Reed, is everyone in position?" "Yes, sir. Admiral Wilson's fleet is right where they plan to emerge." The Dominion leader's smile vanished as 50 Ghost Fleet ships decloaked behind his reinforcements. The human vessels had been waiting in stealth, predicting exactly where the enemy would arrive. "Your empire's tactics haven't changed in 30 years, Stone explained. "Our AI predicted this exact move. You've lost before you even began." The battle was brief and decisive. Caught between two human fleets, the Dominion reinforcements stood no chance. Their ships, designed to fight enemies they could see coming, had no defense against Earth's advanced weapons. "Send word to Earth," Stone ordered. "The Dominion's military leadership is captured. Their main fleet is destroyed. Phase 3 is complete." He turned to the captured alien leader. "You demanded war. You expected to find primitives. Instead, you found humanity at its finest, prepared, united, and unwilling to show mercy to those who threaten our existence. The supreme leader slumped in defeat, finally understanding. They hadn't been hunting primitive prey. They had awakened a sleeping giant that had been watching, waiting, and preparing for this very moment. News of the supreme leader's capture spread through Dominion space like wildfire. On 30 different worlds, alien species that had lived under Dominion rule for centuries watched their oppressor's empire crumble. Commander Stone stood on the bridge of the Nemesis, watching tactical displays show the collapse in real time. Green dots represented worlds breaking away from Dominion control. The screen was becoming increasingly green. "Sir," Lieutenant Reed called out, "we're receiving transmissions from 12 different species. They're asking for Earth's protection." Stone studied the messages. These weren't just random planets. These were advanced civilizations that the Dominion had conquered and suppressed. Each one had technology and knowledge that could benefit humanity. "Another Dominion fleet detected," Reed announced. "But something's different. They're broadcasting on an open channel." The alien fleet commander's image appeared on screen. Unlike the arrogant Dominion leaders they'd faced before, this one looked tired, defeated. "Earth Command," the alien said, "we request terms of surrender. Not just for this fleet, for all remaining Dominion forces in this sector." Stone straightened his uniform. "Your terms are simple. Immediate withdrawal from all occupied worlds, handover of military technology, and reparations to the species you've enslaved." "You don't understand," the alien commander replied. "We're not just surrendering our forces. 3 more Dominion fleets have already pledged to join us. We want to fight with you against what remains of the Supreme Council." In the captured Dominion station, Dr. Thompson analyzed data from their central computers. "Commander," she reported, "their empire was already fracturing. Our attack just accelerated the collapse. Their own people were tired of endless conquest." Stone turned to Admiral Wilson. "Deploy the Ghost Fleet to all major Dominion worlds. Accept surrenders where offered, disable resistance where found. But no unnecessary destruction." Earth's ships moved through former Dominion space with precision and purpose. Where they found oppression, they brought freedom. Where they found resistance, they brought overwhelming force. The advanced AI systems predicted and countered every attempt at organizing a defense. On the Dominion throne world, the remaining council members faced rebellion from their own military. They had started this war expecting to add another primitive species to their collection. Instead, they had caused their own destruction. "Commander," Reed reported, "the last loyalist stronghold is asking to negotiate. They've seen what happened to those who resisted." Stone nodded. "Show them the footage from the station battle. Let them see what happens to those who choose to fight." The evidence was undeniable. Video of Earth's superior technology, their advanced soldiers, and their undetectable ships spread across the galaxy. The message was clear. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had revolutionized warfare. In the former council chamber, now under Earth's control, Stone met with representatives from dozens of freed species. Many brought gifts of technology and knowledge, eager to ally with the power that had broken their chains. "The Dominion suppressed our development," one alien diplomat explained. "They kept us dependent. But you showed us that preparation and patience are stronger than brute force." Admiral Wilson approached with a final report. "Sir, the last Dominion holdouts have surrendered. Their fleet commanders are ordering all ships to stand down. It's over." Stone looked out at the gathered aliens, former enemies and new allies alike. "No," he said, "it's just beginning. The galaxy thought Earth was primitive because we chose to appear weak. Now they'll see what humanity can really do." The remnants of the Dominion watched as their empire was systematically dismantled. Their weapons were confiscated, their stolen territories returned to their rightful owners. The species they had conquered for centuries were finally free. They had demanded war from a seemingly primitive Earth, expecting an easy victory. Instead, they had awakened humanity's full potential, unleashing a force that reshaped the galaxy. The hunter had become the hunted, the conqueror had been conquered, and the galaxy would never be the same. 6 months after the Dominion's surrender, Earth had changed. Spaceships from a dozen alien species now docked openly at orbital stations. Advanced technology, once hidden, was part of daily life. Humanity had stepped fully into the galactic community, but on their own terms. Commander Stone stood in the new Galactic Council chamber, built in orbit above Earth. Around him sat representatives from 30 former Dominion worlds, all now free and independent. The mighty empire that had once threatened Earth was now just a chapter in history books. The final reports are in, Lieutenant Reed announced to the gathered assembly. The last Dominion military base has been converted into a trading post. Their weapons have been destroyed or repurposed. The era of their conquest is officially over. Admiral Wilson stepped forward with Dr. Thompson. Together, they had helped reshape humanity's role in the galaxy. Earth's technology sharing program is ready to begin, Wilson announced. We'll help rebuild worlds damaged by Dominion rule. But carefully, Dr. Thompson added. We've learned the importance of patience and preparation. Each species will advance at their own pace without forced development. Stone looked at the former Dominion Supreme Leader, now stripped of power and serving as an advisor to prevent future empires from rising. You thought Earth was primitive because we didn't show our full strength. Tell them what you learned. The alien stood, his once proud frame humbled by defeat. We mistook patience for weakness. Earth could have revealed their power decades ago, could have conquered the galaxy themselves. Instead, they waited, watched, and struck only when threatened. This wisdom, this is why they deserve to win. On the massive view screen, images showed the changes across the galaxy. Former Dominion warships, now painted in Earth's colors, patrolled trade routes as peacekeepers. The Ghost Fleet's technology was being adapted to protect merchant vessels. Humanity's advanced AI systems helped coordinate relief efforts to worlds damaged by centuries of oppression. The Terran Protective League is now officially established, Stone announced to the Council. Earth will serve not as conquerors, but as guardians. Any species that wishes to develop peacefully will have our protection. One by one, the alien representatives stood to pledge their support. They had seen Earth's power firsthand, not just in warfare, but in mercy. When victory was complete, humans had chosen to help rather than rule. Commander, Reed called out suddenly. Long-range sensors detect an unknown fleet approaching from deep space. They're using technology we've never seen before. The council chamber grew quiet. Stone smiled. Show them what we learned from the Dominion's mistake. Activate the new defense grid. Let's show these newcomers that humanity is ready for whatever comes next. Earth's new planetary shield, combining human innovation with technology from a dozen grateful species, shimmed into existence. The Ghost Fleet, now larger and more advanced, moved into defensive positions, but they didn't hide. There was no longer any need for deception. Broadcast on all frequencies, Stone ordered. Let them know that Earth and its allies are strong, united, and prepared. But also let them know we prefer peace to war. As the unknown ships approached, humanity stood ready. The species that had once been dismissed as primitive now protected half the galaxy. They had turned conquest into cooperation, fear into friendship. Send them our message, Stone commanded. The words appeared on screens throughout the council chamber. To all who approach Earth and its allies, we stand ready for peace or war. The choice is yours. But remember, we are humanity. We spend decades preparing for our battles. We unite in the face of threats. And if you choose war, know that mercy must be earned. The former Dominion leader watched the scene with new understanding. His species had demanded war from what they thought was a primitive planet. Instead, they had awakened humanity's true power, not just to fight, but to lead. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Never mistake patience for weakness. Never assume silence means surrender. And never ever demand war from a species that has spent 50 years preparing for your arrival. The end.